hairdressers, bank clerks, street urchins, unemployed by day. They are heroes by night.
Hey Moon Stompers everywhere, a very warm welcome back to our channel. We've got a surprise. Haven't we, Mr. Moon Stomper?
We actually have, guys. So what's the surprise, Mrs. Moon Stomper?
Surprise. It's coming up to our first birthday.
Oh yes indeed. So yeah. Was it the 26th of February last year we had this
We've got this channel up and running.
Yeah.
Soon come round.
Lord only knows why I'm a sucker for punishment, must be. However, the punishment has been sweet this time.
I know.
It certainly has indeed. So guys, I'm Mr. Moon Stomper, in case you didn't know.
Yes, I'm Mrs. Moon Stomper. Sorry guys.
Yes, and welcome aboard.
I was too excited.
If it's your first time viewing the channel, thank you so much for stopping by.
Yes.
And welcome back to the Moon Stomper community.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very warm welcome.
So 1 year on,
gosh,
I feel like that some Oompa Loompas should come out and tell me exactly what I did wrong last time round.
I'm gonna say I don't like the look of that.
You big nincompoop. Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, or something like that. Anyway,
my God.
Enough of that. This is this is actually my
so
third
excited.
YouTube channel.
Gosh, man, we've done it.
Yeah.
Mr. Moon Stomper, wow.
Yeah. So guys, if you've been here since the beginning, and there are a couple of you,
yes,
who just stumbled on us. Most people stumble on us because
They
we don't actually advertise this, do we?
No,
we just let it roll, just see where it goes to.
That's it.
And
people tune in and they sort of tune into YouTube and go, oh,
I've got to say,
Moon Stompers are here.
I've got to say, over 2,000 subs in a year. That's
I know.
pretty good.
Well, it's been less than a year.
Slightly less than a year. Yeah. So,
awesome.
but over 2,000 subs.
Yes.
Now the average is you reach 1,000 subs in 18 months. So I'm not saying this channel's popular, except I think it is, and except I think it's
getting there. I think.
The one thing I would like to say, more than anything else, is that obviously when the channel grows, the comments grow as well.
Defo.
So I'm going to apologise that if I because there's comments all over the place.
There's so many to look at.
It's a bit like trying to put wet spaghetti up a cat's backside in trying to answer all those comments, and I don't mean that in a derisory way. I work full time. Mrs. Moon Stomper works, and it's my spare time is editing videos.
And making videos
and actually having a social life, believe it or not, and then answering comments as well. So I do try and answer all the comments personally.
I try as well.
I try my best. If I've missed you guys, I really apologise, but I hope it happens.
Sometimes we have a look back, don't we? And
I always do. I
Some
check
of the
every
old
day.
videos.
I check every day. Literally,
Yes.
I get a notification, or should get a notification every time a new comment pops up, and that's the way we like it.
Yes.
So we can get back to you personally. Some people just want to comment and put something on there, which is fine.
Yes.
Without any interaction, that's also fine as well. But you know, just saying the way it is.
As long as they know that we're here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
So.
Oh.
Future plans, before we dig into this episode, future plans. This channel's taken a bit of a turn, actually, and as it started out as subculture, it's kind of gone into looking at different bands, and I'm not saying we've gone down a rabbit hole, except we have, and I think it's a good rabbit hole because we're picking the obscure bands, the bands that never get a...
They get some mention or
no, they don't.
Get lifted from underground.
They don't, and those are those, in my opinion, are the best bands. So you know, covering bands from Oi, Skin, Punk, ska,
Blue Beach, reggae.
Yeah, absolutely.
Skinhead and reggae as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
The
And the mod scene as well.
Yes,
Let's not forget the mod scene. And the Scooser scene as well, which is which
part
is
of the action with the mods and the
absolutely
and what have you.
Absolutely. So, happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to us.
And happy birthday to you guys at the Moonstopper
community.
The ones who've been there from the start, the ones who've just joined. We love you all, and we can't do this without you.
Just think.
In fact, if you weren't there, I'd still do it and talk to no one. But then again, I could talk a glass eye to sleep, could I not, Mrs. Moonstopper?
You always come that one.
Apparently.
No, you don't. You're fine.
Yeah. So, Mrs. Moonstopper, Mrs. Moonstopper, what is today's episode all about?
Wouldn't you like to know? Not really. The UK subs.
Yeah, the UK subs. Now, we weren't going to bong this in with the first year, sort of, the birthday one.
Sort of rode down this avenue and suddenly the avenue
we were
went
going to do a different video, and we kind of realised that if we did a first birthday programme, I don't think it'd do so well.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, maybe for the 10th anniversary if we're still alive.
If you're still here.
Yeah. So, the UK subs, now this is a band I wasn't going to cover because I don't know.
Somebody, one of the Moonstopper community request?
No, not at all, not even. But I would say that Charlie Harper,
the lead singer,
is older than God's dog. Born in 1944.
Yes.
Which makes him, what is he?
He's celebrating his 81st birthday either this or next month.
Wow.
Yeah, he's coming 81 years old. Everybody.
And that to me is unreal. He's actually older than Ozzy Osbourne.
Okay.
I think.
I think Ozzy's like late 70s, isn't he?
I don't know actually.
I think he's about 78, 79.
Can't remember. I should know that actually. But I'm an Ozzy fan. Talking of which, digressing completely. The ticket prices.
Oh, the ticket prices again, just like the Oasis.
Yeah, the end of the road.
Debacle.
The end of the road to the you know, it's wow, guys. Sharon Osbourne, Tom Morello, what are you doing, guys? £400 a ticket.
Oh my.
£475 for some tickets. Yes, seriously. £2,900 for some tickets. You've got to be kidding. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Ozzy. I love Sabbath. I grew up in a diet of those two because it's my town, my band. Not trying to sort of keep it all to myself.
No.
Not trying to gatekeep.
You wouldn't do that.
But you know, bands like Slayer. I'm a mad keen Slayer fan. Metallica, Pantera, Lamb of God. I've seen all of those bands live.
Wow, you're so lucky.
And all the people that joined it, Jakey Lee and people like that.
Yes.
The Black Sabbath with Bill Ward on the drums again. But those ticket prices.
You need a mortgage to take out.
Not that heavy metal went corporate, didn't it? It sold out. So you know, well done, guys. That's it. That's big up. Oh no, I mean well done. Tongue in cheek. That is absolutely shit.
Oh.
It really is.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh dear, indeed.
I thought it was on about something else.
No, so
Me and my dizzy
rant over. We were on about Charlie Harper, so I
Oh,
do
yes,
apologise. I just couldn't help
back in the room.
couldn't help but say that. I feel quite strongly about it.
Okay.
So Charlie Harper. Now he started out in, was it 1960?
64, I think it was.
Was it 64 as the
I
Charlie Harper Press Band or
Band.
something like that?
Yes.
As an R&B
Rhythm and blues band, yes.
Wow.
We played harmonica.
Yeah.
The harmonica and the singer. And guitar as well. He
Yeah.
can play a bit of the guitar.
Highly talented.
I think he's multi-talented.
Highly talented. Now I'd say R&B, part of, I wouldn't say Blue-Eyed Soul, but not far off that.
Okay.
And then
I reckon they sounded a bit like Cream, do you think? Because they're on a par with the R and the rhythm and blues. See? No. Okay.
No.
Not
Cream was different completely.
Okay.
It just was because it just was. But you know, gatekeeping that one as well.
Oh.
So the UK subs.
Yes.
Right. So actually, before they were the UK subs, they were Marauders.
The Marauders.
The Marauders.
That was when he was in the rhythm and blues band.
No, it was pub rock actually. The Marauders. It was a pub rock band.
Oh yes.
In the same vein as what would say.
Clash.
No. Well, I've always called the Clash a pub rock band,
Yes.
but they're not, are they really?
Oh.
I would say.
I'm confused.
Well, no, don't. But I would say in the same vein as Sham 69.
Okay.
The Sweet, Slade. That kind of thing. Does that Eddie and the Hot Rods? That kind of thing. Pub rock. And it wasn't until then they played the Roxy quite a bit.
Yeah, the Roxy in London.
In London, which is
Covent
like,
Garden.
yeah,
to be precise.
The Roxy's amazing. It really is. Now, they in '76 they turned into punk.
Yes.
And they called themselves the Subversives.
Subversives, yes.
I'm glad I managed to say that because it's not quite.
I know, you end up saying subservies, but I've managed to say subversive. I nearly said it again, it's subversives. Yes.
Yeah, the Subversives, and then became the UK subs.
Yes.
So they're known as
one of the godfathers of punk, aren't they?
I would say the Godfathers,
The
of British,
Godfathers.
especially British punk. And wow, and a long and illustrious career.
Yes, hailing from Surrey.
Sorry. Now he was where was he from originally? Charlie Harper.
Charlie Harper was born in Barnsley.
Barnsley in South Yorkshire.
Yes.
Which,
He moved to Surrey when he was a little lad.
in a rural part of Surrey though, I think, or something. Then I think he was with some young farmers thing or something.
Oh dear.
As you do, you know, I'm not sure what that was all about.
Oh, okay.
Who knows? But yeah, there you go. So,
Yes.
the UK subs, right, this is a band they've had a million singles and a million members and a million LPs. Okay, so I exaggerate slightly, but they've had a hell of a lot
Yes.
of vinyl, a
They
hell of a
have.
lot.
So many.
So, in terms of LPs,
Yes.
did you know that their LPs go from A to Z?
Yes, I noticed that. Yes.
So,
I did
excluding
notice.
the live LPs and the compilations.
Oh right. Yes.
So they've got like A, the start of every letter, A to Z.
Alphabetically, yes.
Yeah.
All the way down. Oh yes.
Yeah, which is that's.
I think that's like meticulous or.
I don't know. I don't think they planned it that way. You know, no one starts out and goes, do you know what? I'm going to start a band and I'm going to do 26 LPs.
Alphabetical order.
I don't think that happened. I think it was just a happy accident.
Oh right.
But
Whatever
so
floats one's boat.
I want to look at some of the singles. So especially the early stuff.
Oh yeah.
Now for me, I'm gonna sort of pin my colours to the mast now, and I'm gonna say the earliest stuff, in my opinion, is probably the best stuff.
Oh yes.
And others at home might disagree.
That's it. Horses for courses.
Yeah, but I would say in those early days, they were they were punk, and they were proper punk. So with that came the sort of, especially on stage,
Yes.
the getting spat at and
Oh gosh, McGobbing.
yeah. So Stranglehold, done in 1979.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing. Raw.
Yes. Oh
And
yes.
then,
Proper raw.
if I remember rightly, was it
Tomorrow's Girls.
Tomorrow's
In the
Girls?
same year, 79.
Yeah. So you could see those guys were on a bit of a roll.
Yes.
Now, I think they got a record deal. Now, the record deal was with, I'm going to say it was RCA
Oh, I see.
that they went with at first. But they've been through a whole kit and caboodle of record labels.
Yes, there's so many.
But trying to get signed to a big record label for a punk band was quite a...
That was a thing, weren't it?
Well, I mean, there weren't many who got signed to a massive record label apart from the Sex Pistols and the Clash and the likes of that.
Yes.
And the only reason they did is because they were deemed as commercial, so they could be marketed. And at the end of the day, those record labels aren't in it for the charity of it; they're in it for the money.
Oh yes.
And it's the more records they can sell, the better it is for the record company. Yeah, and screw the band incidentally. They're not really bothered about the band, it's the money.
That's terrible.
So there's a record I really want to talk about, and it's called Warhead.
Oh, this was 1980.
1980. Now that was on top of the Pops, and I remember that like it was yesterday. And that's where I really saw the UK subs first. And some of you at home might have also seen that.
Yeah.
In fact, we've got that in the archives, so what we'll do is we might put that on at the end or something like that.
Yes.
It's a bit of a weird performance, but that's top of the Pops for you.
Oh.
And that song was used in, was it This Is England? It was used in the film This Is England.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Which I thought was a bit of a weird choice. It's a skinhead, you know. It's
Well, there are skinheads starred in the drama series.
yeah, but it's a punk.
Oh yeah.
Do you see what I mean? But
Sort
the
of slash.
crossover
Yes.
between skins and punks is they coexist.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Not
That's
all
what
the
made
time.
me say.
Not all the
say.
time. It's, you could see as the 80s kicked in, it started to split a hell of a lot.
Oh man.
And that was with the likes of Blood and Honour and White Noise and Rockorama and things like that, that sort of pulled skinheads into skinhead and punks into punks. So it kind of split the audience. It's a bit of a shame.
Yes.
So what do you know, Mrs. Moonstomper,
Mr. Moonstomper.
about the UK subs?
Well, going back to Charlie, he used to before he was when he moved to Britain. Oh, sorry. Charlie moved to Surrey. He did a bit of busking. He left school, did a bit of busking, playing the harmonica and the guitar.
Oh, he did, yeah.
Yeah,
He did,
yes.
He did.
And then he's found his way up to joining the band.
I think busking is a good thing. So if you don't
You've
know,
got to start somewhere.
well, yeah, if you're from other parts of the world and you don't know what busking is, basically it's standing in the street with an instrument, with a hat or a guitar case or an instrument case in front of you, and passers-by will put a coin in there or whatever.
Yeah, it's a coin or two, or a note if you're lucky.
Yeah, I did it when I was a youngster. We went busking as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember Dexy's Midnight Runners busking in Birmingham
that's where they hailed
before
from.
they became famous.
Yes.
I remember that like it was yesterday. In the I think it was the late 70s.
Gosh.
So yeah, there
Wowzers.
you go. Yeah. There you go.
Uh-huh.
So what else do you know then, Mrs. Moonstomper?
Oh dear, I'm trying to think. John Peel again, the good old John Peel.
The John Peel sessions.
Yes, they did two sessions. One in '78, And one in 79.
I thought they actually did 3.
Yeah, and then one from BBC Radio 1 as well.
Yeah, so they did...
The following year, 78, 79 and 80.
They did 3, and again, John Peel. Without John Peel, how many bands would have actually made it?
I know, gosh.
So, if you've not seen our John Peel video,
John Peel.
go back and look at our John Peel video.
Yes.
That man was an advocate for the same as we are, actually. I mean, not that we're anything like him, but
No.
it's
You're taking these bands and putting them out there to people.
It's the obscure.
That's it, yeah.
He would sit there and he would look at the most obscure things he could, and he'd give those a bit of airplay on vinyl or tape.
Yes.
If they're any good, then they were in the studio for a session, and you get the John Peel sessions.
Boom.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
Yes.
And the UK subs, like, they charted all the way. I think everything they released charted up until, I'm going to say it was 81.
Oh, I see.
And then I don't think they charted again
Oh, no.
after that. But they've had 1 million members, which is...
There's like so many. I've seen the long list.
But I'd say
Too
like
many
the original ones, like Steve Slack, and then Alvin Gibbs. Was it Alvin Gibbs? It was indeed.
Yes.
Now, Alvin Gibbs became, I think he was the chap who became controversial later on.
What do you do?
Well, we'll talk about that later on,
I see.
because it's way later on in the career of that band where things got a little bit controversial. In fact, quite controversial. But that band's also been signed to, there's some, I would say, these record labels, Captain Oi. If you love your punk and you love your skinhead music, Captain Oi is quite everyone's been signed to Captain Oi. Everyone. It's the and Cleopatra Records as well. So there you go.
Gosh.
And then Punkorama, which is like, it's a bit like Rockorama really, but Rockorama's German.
Right.
Yeah, so people think it's English. It's not. It's a German.
I thought it was British.
No, I'm sure it's a German record label. I'm sure it is. Somebody correct me in the comments.
Okay.
But those are the ones who do the pressings for your RAC bands. You'll find like Screwdriver and Rockorama.
Yes.
And bands of that ilk. If that makes sense. So
they've had a whole lot more as well. There's too many to mention.
There's way
myriad.
There's way too many to mention.
Yes.
But what I'll say is that was a band who were they political? A little bit.
Maybe just
a little bit. I would say a bit left wing, to be honest with you.
Okay.
In some respects.
Yes.
But like I say, I don't really give a shit about that because I like the music.
Okay, it's in it for the music.
Of course.
The music only.
Yeah.
Yes. Any more of their singles?
Yeah, absolutely. CID is... So CID is another one of my favourites.
Alright, yes.
Taken off I think it was taken off it was on an EP, I'm sure it was.
Probably.
Yeah, that again, absolutely brilliant.
Yes.
That
was back in 79, was that?
Oh, 70...
I think 78. I think it was 78. The year before.
I can't. It was the late 70s.
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna say, just to be safe on the safe side.
Yeah,
I would say 78, 79.
Okay.
It's got to be after 76 anyway.
Oh right.
But yeah.
Come on.
In the early 80s, now a lot of bands did this. A lot of punk and sort of oi bands and that ilk.
What they do?
Heavy metal. Heavy metal. They went to
veering a corner a bit, isn't it?
Yeah, they went to a heavy metal style, the same as the Cockney Rejects did that as well. And there was quite a few others who got that heavy metal influence.
Yes.
And they went a lot darker, a lot heavier, more guitar solos, etc., etc. But what I'll say is, really, to be honest with you,
you likey?
I liked it, but
not your favourite. You wouldn't go a great deal on it.
No, I would say it didn't suit. Now, some people will say, some might say, the UK subs were hardcore.
I think they fall into that category. I
They do. Now,
along
is
with
it,
like the rest of them.
is it? And the thing I'll say about them is, unlike the Anti-Nowhere League, who you couldn't pigeonhole if you tried, because they
They wouldn't allow it, would they?
no, because they just do
No.
they just do their own thing.
Hell yeah.
Then it's kind of hard to, like with bands like the Anti-Nowhere League, it's hard to sort of pigeonhole those. But UK subs, you can quite happily pigeonhole those and go, that's Bond.
Oh.
You go in the punk pile,
Okay.
you go in the skinhead pile, the oi pile, the
rock pile.
Yeah, just see what I mean.
Metal pile.
Yeah, but to me, what it is, it's all rock and roll.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. That's what people fail to realise.
Yeah.
It's all rock and roll.
It is indeed. So, Mrs. Moonstomper.
Yes, Mr. Moonstomper.
Right, what we're going to do, right, guys, is we're going to take a break. Right, we've got a couple of VTs. Then, when we come back, I think what we should do, because it's our first birthday,
Yes.
you know what's coming up, don't you?
Okay, ice cream and jelly and sody pop and all that. No? Oof,
No,
my belly says no.
it's the draw
Oh,
for. It's time to win a t-shirt.
It's time. Get ready to rumble.
Yeah, so watch this and we'll be back as soon as we can, because it's time to go to the break.
Yes.
Yeah, so see you
See you
shortly, guys.
soon.
Sang wrong words.
Don't matter.
Did you go around all the major record companies?
We went round to the only major we thought was any good was United Artists, because they had the Buzzcocks, who we sort of think are pretty good, and they sort of showed a bit of interest at first, and they said, well, we're just not commercial enough. So that was that. So we had a list of small independents, and we just sort of went down the list, phoned up the first one we phoned up, and they said, yeah, UK subs, so that was it, We didn't bother about any others, and they gave us a really good deal. 40%.
And complete artistic control.
Right, yeah,
Well,
and that's the main
beauty
thing,
of
yeah.
What are the disadvantages of being on a small label?
We're going to remain poor for another 2 years, maybe. But, I mean, we don't care. We're in it for the art, aren't we?
But to what extent poor? I mean, how difficult is life going to be for you?
We won't know until they start selling. It depends on how many they sell, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're not going to be like, sort of a lot of other bands. They're going to get a record out, and they've got management and everything that's going to buy them lots of nice equipment, and they're going to go up and down the country, and they're going to go out for, maybe only a couple of £100, and they're going to have all this gear. And it's going to cost them about £500 to do a gig.
Yeah.
But we're not going to do this. We went down to Brighton the other day. We done a gig for £14 and we lost £2.
Yes.
So
But again,
we're
this is
gonna-
dictated
we're
by
gonna sort of,
circumstances.
well, yeah, but we're going to keep it that way. We're not going to get all this arty-farty, loads of gear and that. We're just going to carry on as we...
Now
back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that little bit.
Yeah, hope you did indeed, guys. So, without further ado, it is time for the T-shirt grand prize draw.
Oh my gosh!
Now,
wow.
right, we were going to have a special guest.
Oh yes.
Come and draw the names. However, what I'm going to say is this. Guess how many people entered the competition. Have a guess.
A core guess, but I'm guessing you're gonna say how many?
9.
9.
9 people.
Oh,
guys,
gosh.
come on, man, it's a free T-shirt.
Yeah.
Right. What I'm going to do, Mrs. Moonstomper,
Yes.
is, right, you don't know what I've written down here.
No,
so
I
I've
don't.
written down names and email addresses. I hope you don't.
I don't.
And
Promise.
I'm going to
Pinky
ask you
promise.
to pick a number between... Can you pass me that marker pen
Oh
over
yeah.
there, please? I'm going to ask you to pick a number between 1 and 9.
5. Number 5.
1,
5.
2, 3, 4, 5. First one is Simon. Well, you probably can't read that, but it's Simon Hobbs, Canberra, Australia.
Oh.
Well done, Simon.
Yay.
T-shirt winging its
Come on
way to you,
down.
sir. Right, now I'm going to ask you to pick another number.
Another number.
Right, between 1 and 9, but you can't have 5.
3.
3.
Number 3.
3 is Chris in Darlington.
Oh. Come on
Okay.
down. Yay.
So we'll get your T-shirt off to you, Chris. Well done, buddy.
Yes.
Right, pick a number. Don't bloody look. Pick a number between 1 and 9, but you can't have 3 and 5.
Okay. Number 8.
Right, Sean, Leicestershire.
Oh,
So,
Sean. Go on.
T-shirt,
You got
winging
one,
its way for you,
yes.
geezer. Right, okay, pick a number between 1 and 9. Right, then suit your memories like. Right,
Oh.
but you can't have 3, 5 and 8.
2.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2, Scotty Honeybunny. So Scotty
Oh.
Honeybunny of London. So
Oh.
well done, you.
Yay.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, and right, so you've got 1. You can pick 1. You pick 1, 4, 6, 7,
I'm
and
not
9.
looking. Number 4. 4,
Okay.
please.
Perfect. That's Pete in SoCal.
Oh.
So Pete, well done. You got a T-shirt.
Pete.
That concludes the the draw, ladies and gentlemen.
Giveaway.
Yeah.
Yay.
Well
Big up
done,
to
guys.
everybody.
So right, I'd have done that with a little iPad spinning wheel, but I'm having technical problems.
Oh.
Right. So we have got some other giveaways. What we're going to do is we're going to get more T-shirts. We're going to do like another giveaway mid-year, something like that.
Yes.
And then don't forget, we've got some weird and wonderful prizes up and coming.
Okay.
In a month or so's time.
All right.
In fact, one prize is absolutely fantastic, and in fact, it's worth a few quid.
Yes.
And the other ones are just like they're unique. You can't get them anywhere
That's it.
because we made them. Yeah,
We
so there you go.
did.
So, Mrs. Moonstomper, we were talking about the UK subs.
Just move my chair, please. Sorry.
Sorry, do beg your pardon,
Sorry.
Mrs. Moonstomper.
It's okay.
So, yeah, UK subs.
UK subs, yes.
So, right, just a couple of LPs. So, Another Kind of Blues was their first LP
I see.
in '79, if I remember rightly.
Yes.
And then it was
Diminished responsibility.
there was Brand New Age
Oh,
first,
right.
then Diminished Responsibility,
Okay.
and those are probably the 3 most important, in my opinion. You might disagree. They're the most important UK subs LPs
Yes.
of that era.
Yes.
For just the sound.
Big time, man.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh,
So I want to fast forward a bit actually.
yes.
So 20. In fact, 2015, they did an LP called Yellow Leader. Now, me saying lots sort of political yes, no, that was, I think that was a poke at Nick Clegg. Who was,
oh yes, I read something about. I've heard something.
Yeah, I think he was leader of the Liberal Democrats.
Lib Dems.
And he did a coalition with David Cameron, Conservatives, so they had a coalition government in.
He was his sidekick, wasn't he?
2010 that?
Somewhere around that 2009, 10.
2010, yeah. It was a bit of a poke, and I just found that a bit strange. A band sort of has to go that route. But there you go. But Yellow Leader, that was like their second to last LP in the alphabet sort of. Let's call it alphabet soup, shall we? And then their last LP was Zizo. I think that's how you pronounce it, in 2016. But this band wasn't without controversy.
I see.
So there was
there
were a couple of incidents. Now, for a band with a career that long, you'd think they'd have way more controversy than they did, especially a punk band.
Yes.
But in 20, now I'm going to say it's 2013, there was social media. Right, now we're using the social media platforms to broadcast this.
Oh yes.
But social media can be hateful.
Oh.
It can be really, really hateful with people's comments. You've only got to look at the Screwdriver video we did. Some of the hateful comments we got on that, but I didn't delete them. It's, if you want to make that comment, that's your opinion. Don't care, to be honest with you. But they played a gig with a band called Pressure 28.
I see.
I think it was Ashton-on-the-Lyme in Staffordshire. So it's only just up the road from where we live.
Oh yes.
And rumour had it that band was an RAC band, a dyed-in-the-wool RAC band.
Yeah.
Whether it was, whether it wasn't, they copped a lot of flack for that through Facebook. And just see what I mean about social media, how people jump on the bandwagon.
It's people, and it's not the platform itself. It's people. Just like saying a gun or a knife is dangerous. If you put it on the floor and leave it, it's not dangerous. It's only when somebody picks it up and uses it. That's when there's trouble. Same with social media.
Yeah, exactly.
You open your PC or your laptop and you start tapping away, and what's in your mind comes from there to there, and then you tap away, and then you tap out your hateful thoughts or your negative thoughts.
But I think it was. I'm sure it was Alvin Gibbs who had to sort of go on record and tell everybody about that band and say, look, he never witnessed anything that was even neo-Nazi about that band that he could see. They played the gig, they integrated. In fact, Pressure 28, if you're a scooter rider, you'll know that's the recommended tyre pressure for a Lambretta. Yeah, that's all it is.
That's the play on words, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but other people, no, it's a subliminal neo-Nazi thing, No, it's not. It's not, absolutely not.
I've heard of them, but I never really gave it a thought.
Yeah, exactly, and that's where bands like Combat 84 and Condemned 84 and people like that all got dragged. They got dragged into that. One was, one wasn't, but that's for another video, incidentally.
Okay, yes.
But do you see what I mean? The social media now it's a terrible thing. It's a great thing if you choose correctly.
That's it.
But it's a terrible thing when
people
you choose
use and abuse,
badly.
don't they?
Yeah, they do indeed.
Gosh.
They do indeed.
Oh man.
So there you go. And then I think it was in. I'm gonna say.
What do you say?
I'm gonna say 2020. No, the death of there was a Conservative MP, David Lees or Mees or something like that.
Oh gosh, I'm trying to think.
I'll just double.
I did hear something till I saw something in the
I'll fact check
yes.
that. I can't remember the name of the chap. It was
David
Ames or something. He got killed, and it was Jamie Oliver, not the chef. Jamie Oliver was the drummer for the UK Subs at the time, and for some unknown reason, he came out with what can only be described as a diatribe on Facebook,
Oh dear.
celebrating the death of that MP.
Oh
Now,
my God.
whether that's right or whether that's wrong, whether you don't like politicians, I don't like them, but I don't wish anybody dead.
No.
And
That's
if,
terrible.
if I did, I wouldn't pin my colours to the mast and go on social media and say that, but he did that, and literally he dragged them right through the mud,
To the
point where I think again it was Alvin Gibbs who went on record and says himself and Charlie Harper no longer want to work with Jamie Oliver through that.
You bloody blame him.
No, exactly.
I wouldn't want to either.
And then the last LP, Reverse Engineering,
Oh yeah.
in I think that was
2016, I think it was.
No, it wasn't. It was
No.
way later. I think it was 2022. I
Oh
think.
right.
Or thereabouts.
Okay.
That was the last LP. They've pretty
yes,
much
yes.
they've pretty much knocked it on the head now, but appear at festivals.
Yes.
So you're going to get them at Rebellion and places like that where all good punk bands must go to. So there you go.
I see.
So Mrs. Moonstomper,
Yes, Mr. Moonstopper.
have you got anything else in the UK subs?
I can't think of anything else. Mr. Moonstopper.
No, I can't.
My
So
brain feels like an empty jar with a P in the middle.
mine actually
That's what I've
sounds.
heard.
Mine sounds
You
like
hear
that
that?
actually. Yeah.
You hear that?
Yeah, I can actually. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Do you have anything else, Mrs. Moonstomper, you'd like to add?
Not anything silly. I can't think of anything silly.
Thank God for that. Okay, guys, you got a day off from that one.
Yeah,
obviously.
yes.
So, Mrs. Moonstomper.
Oh, yes, Mr.
Mrs. Moonstomper.
Oh, yes, Mr. Moonstomper.
What have you got coming up next time?
It's a surprise again, isn't it?
It's a surprise.
Surprise.
But we've just had a couple of requests for the Mac lads.
Yes, we have.
And I think it'd be kind of rude to ignore
Yeah,
that.
rude not
But
to.
we kind of had that in the pipeline already.
Yes.
So we have got
Way
things
away.
like the Mac lads coming up, the Foreskins, we've got
Buzzcocks,
the Buzzcocks,
Stranglers,
Evil Conducts,
Conducts, yes.
and
To name a
there's-
few.
there's loads. Skullhead. So we've got some of the RAC bands coming up. We just need to watch how we do those because we
Yes.
don't want to get banned from YouTube, which would be
No, be a shame, be a
yeah,
terrible
it'd be an
shame.
absolute travesty. So we need to watch how we do those. It might be that we have to turn the comments off on those. I don't know. I mean, it might be that we have to completely sit on the fence on those things as
Oh,
well,
yes.
which I think is the best thing to do.
All the time, yes.
Yeah, damn right.
Damn right.
So-
I want to cover some more like reggae maybe.
So a bit
Veer
more.
towards reggae, ska or skinhead reggae.
Yeah, we can have a look at some more of that. Definitely.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
Just add a pinch of this and a pinch of that in the pipeline.
yeah, definitely,
Alright.
definitely.
Yeah, man.
So, have you got anything else?
Just keep your dopamines topped up.
There you go, and you haven't said that for weeks about
Lashings
dopamines.
and lashings of dopamines.
There you
Everybody.
So,
Yes.
this one's been short and sweet. We didn't really do much on the UK subs because we were concentrating on our first birthday. Not that we're big drinkers, not that we hardly drink at all.
That's
actually.
it. There's occasions.
Just occasions, yeah, because it's bad
If
for
you
you,
go
isn't
out,
it?
yes.
There
We
you
go
go.
out. Yes.
Yeah. So,
Oh yes.
I've got nothing else. So, yeah, until the next time, guys, I've been Mr. Moonstomper. Happy birthday from us.
Yes.
Thank you so much for tuning in. It means the absolute world to
That's
us.
it.
And if you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Getting subscribed.
That's it.
It doesn't cost you a penny.
A tap of a button. And
Yeah.
That's it.
Doesn't cost you a
Or
penny at
screen.
all. It
Yes.
doesn't. Definitely not.
Nuh-uh.
So, there you go.
That's it. Oi oi from me. Love you everybody.
Yep.
In the Moonstomper community. Everybody.
Much peace and much love. I've been Mr. Moonstomper. Peace out, guys. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
That's the Captain and Two. Isn't that a lovely-dovey song? And right now, with this bunch of ladies behind me,
You're going to tell me who's on next, aren't you?
UK subs.
And what's it called?
Warhead. Warhead!
Russian tanks are mowing them down. They're getting ready.
Good stuff there for you. That's UK subs just outside the charts and about to rock it in with that one called Warhead.